I should have done the hood. Maybe it should go extra pointy. No, I don't want pointy hoods. That would not be good. Last year, we covered a filmmaker that I dubbed the martial arts Neil Breen, a fascinating study in vanity filmmaking named JJ Stomp. We have since increased our subscriber base exponentially, so I once again wanted to emphasize that you need to get on the JJ Stomp train.
I'd be waiting.
If you love delusional filmmakers like Breen or Wiseau or even D. Brown, then this absolutely berserk movie I'm about to tell you about will blow your mind. Hey, maybe less of a story, but more of a documentary on midlife crises on steroids. Not even midlife. These guys are all pushing 70. They're renting mansions and sports cars and constantly sticking their tongues down the throats of their co-stars. Oh, and some of the most absolutely hilarious special effects this side of Uganda. Sounds a bit icky? You have no idea, Alliance members.
Love it, baby.
So strap in, because we're subjecting ourselves to the 2022 travesty, The Boss Man, here on the Cinematic Crap Alliance. If you want a bit more perspective on our subject at hand, please check out our earlier episode about his modern masterpiece, In 3 Dragon. Link in the description. You can actually watch the movie on Tubi. But just a quick recap. JJ Stomp is an elderly man, originally from Laos, who has spent the last few years directing, writing, and starring in his own martial arts films with all of his elderly buddies. And you know what? Who hasn't? In fact, if you've starred in a movie with some frisky elderly gentlemen, hit that like button right now. JJ Stomp's plots are adolescent fantasies about beating up bad guys and having women way out of his league pining for his seed. Since last we spoke of Mr. Stomp, he seems to have moved on to making his own music videos and creating unironic AI images of himself as a teen idol. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. Also, as we talked about before, we are still eagerly awaiting his yet-to-be-released film in the US, Pooh. But enough about JJ Stomp's Pooh. Let's talk about The Boss Man. First off, super enticing title. I'm sure they spent weeks in group studies on that one. Secondly, I know I've said this about movies before, where I feel like the only reason this was made was for the filmmaker to get it on with desperate actresses. Never have I believed that more than with The Boss Man. Still with me? Okay, good, because I love this shit. Now, surprisingly, JJ did not cast himself as The Boss Man. He left the titular role to his returning co-star Ray LaRochelle. Why, that does not trip right off the tongue. Or as we like to call him, AGD, or Ancient Glenn Danzig. We've seen AGD in some of our favorites like Fight of Fury and The Flame. He always appears in films alongside his buddy, Joseph Lee Michael, or as we like to call him, not Chuck Liddell. In fact, most of the cast of In 3 Dragon returned for The Boss Man, including the dragon himself and the ever enigmatic Donnelly Heising. But back to Ancient Glenn Danzig. JJ's decision to cast AGD as one of the leads is a real head scratcher. Giving a massive amount of dialogue to this man is definitely a choice.
Oh, I love this one.
Me too. I need a cold drink.
It's a good idea. Let's invite Jamie and his wife for dinner tonight.
Okay. I think that'll be a great idea. He did a lot for us.
Of course, he's a great guy.
He is.
But the fact that you can't understand anything he's saying is made up for tenfold because his dazzling wardrobe is a mind-altering adventure all on its own. As far as the plot goes, the boss man's driver and business partner in cahoots to steal all of his money. He hires the martial arts master, JJ Stomp, to be his new driver, and together they fight the bad guys over and over, and all but dry hump their romantic interests. In fact, a good portion of the plot is actually devoted to these two women, who seem to be the only real actors in this film, especially JJ Stomp's devoted wife, who doesn't hesitate for a second to reciprocate his PDA in every single scene. No matter how gropey he gets, no matter how weird and creepy, she's there for it.
Grab my hand, baby, grab my hand.
Now, the other blonde actress seemed a little hesitant at first, with AGD often hovering his lips in front of hers, expecting some tongue hockey. But as the story progresses, she ultimately gives in to his carnal, incoherent, wrinkly desires. I found myself kind of rooting for her to continue to hold out, but alas, that did not happen. The two blondes are introduced to each other, become instant friends, and then were treated to one of the most ludicrous scenes ever committed to video.
Master James, would you care to dance?
Meanwhile, despite getting his ass beat several times, not Chuck Liddell continuously attacks our two heroes, culminating in a gun battle that you'll want to frequently pause because of the extremely weird effects, including shotgun shells flying out of assault rifles, as they tend to do. Of course, the two blondes eventually get kidnapped, and I'm not quite sure how this guy feels about it.
What? No! Not Sophia! Not Sophia! No! No, not Sophia! No! How could I do that to her? Why? Sophia's innocent. She's my best friend, not Sophia. Would you die for Sophia? She's like my own sister.
They're loosely bound on a rooftop and made to watch as their heroes work their way through a series of anticlimactic boss fights, at which point a helicopter comes flying out of an exploding barrel. And of course, JJ Stomp takes a bullet for his one true love. And then the rest of the film is spent watching her roll all over his unconscious body in the ultimate fantasy every guy ever had when they were 9 years old. And as with N3 Dragon, the term white balance was an absolute mystery to the camera person. Every scene was a completely different color. Blue, red, amber, gray, so many different colors. I'm sure Ron DeSantis is going to ban this movie any second. Most of these scenes revolving around this cheese dick mansion that they rented, and you can just smell the semen emanating right through the screen. Well, that's my take on The Boss Man. Did the rest of the High Council enjoy this hot garbage, or was it just a little bit too icky for them? Let's bring them on and find out. Whoosh. Gentlemen, how are you doing today?
Fully
Damn
charged.
fine.
Wonderful.
We seem to be missing someone. A certain several-legged. I don't know where. Yeah, does anybody know where he's at?
I don't know if he's in here.
Actually, fellas, I've got some bad news. For anyone who watched our last episode, I betrayed Wings Louser. He asked me not to show his personal incompetence in the video, and I edited it in anyways, even though he very clearly asked me not to.
Please cut this out. Please don't just throw this on the video. Please cut this part out.
I would never do that.
Well, the other part makes me sound like an insane person going...
Unfortunately, he has left the High Council, guys.
No.
Wings Lasser is gone. He sent me a terse text. He didn't think it was funny. Let's not let it ruin the evening for us. We'll dive into the ratings here. But for any of our fans out there that are very saddened by this, please put in the comments. Tell Wings Lasser that you miss him. He is the glue, the High Council. He's the backbone, even though he's an invertebrate. But before we get into rating this film, let's watch a trailer. Count how many dead people are in this one.
Get ready for the thrill ride of the year.
I'm not ready.
The Three Ninjas are back.
Let's roll.
Oh, God.
Where did they go?
Teamed with the ultimate ally, Hulk Hogan.
Oh, no.
Their power-packed partners, pumping with pure energy.
Want a piece of me? Come and get it.
Oh, Lonnie Anderson.
Quiet.
Oh, Hulk Hogan, Lonnie Anderson, Jim Varney.
Oh,
Three
Jim.
Ninjas. High noon at Mega Mountain.
Have some fun.
Three ninjas versus the army of the undead.
R.I.P.
All right, gentlemen, let's move on to rating The Boss Man. JJ Stomp, our second JJ Stomp film. And we're going to start off with our performances.
Huzzah! Performances were absolutely stomach churning. With the exception of one, it was kind of, she gave it her all. Despite, a face full of filler and Botox, she really seems to commit. The wife of JJ Stomp's character was James, I believe was his character's name. For a minute, I thought she might actually care for this man.
Indeed. Yeah, she rolled around on that hospital for a really long time.
God.
Yeah.
She
didn't put a towel down for that one, but she did put a towel down earlier on in the film.
That was because JJ Stomp was making her so wet. That's why.
Get a mop.
Feels like the female cast members were picked purely so that they could be groped and kissed incessantly throughout the film by two incredibly unattractive men.
Are you guys okay?
Gosh, there's got to be a 9 for bad acting.
I hadn't seen acting this bad since high school film class. This was superb. I would 10.
I'm in agreement with Albert. The prize of the night for me, though, goes to the guy who was running JJ Stomp's dojo when he found out Sophia had been kidnapped.
Mongo.
He put on Mongo. Yes, he put on one of the greatest, just scenery chewing bits of overacting I think we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Not Sophia, no!
JJ Stomp just had no reaction, so he's just filling up the time.
Yeah.
Like, what else can I say?
Nobody's saying cut. Perfect 10 for me. Just the love scenes, the creepiness where they had to kiss. Every scene. JJ Stomp's no emotion, no acting, same expression through the entire film, other than just pure lust and horniness. Not Chuck Liddell, absolutely terrible with his farmer tan. When Donnelly Heising was in this, I mean, for me, that's 10 all on its own right there. But I think the crowning achievement in this film by far was the boss man himself. They have him up there fighting guys like 30 years younger than he is in his little it's JJ Stomp Charlie Brown outfit that he wears. Perfect 10 for me. Second category, gentlemen. Incompetence.
Horrible special effects of flames going off, and then it stays on the side of the screen as the camera is panning. Shotgun shells, crappy CG shotgun shells coming out of an AR-15. Awful blood splatters when people get shot. It's never ending. This is a hard 10 on incompetence from me.
The meals? Can we talk about the meals? The Kroger sushi that they're eating with a fork while playing some sort of Japanese melody in the background. What the was that? The Olive Garden meals to go? I mean, at this dinner with fireworks that don't look like Windows 98 background screensavers. A solid 10, boys. They're killing it.
One of my favorite incompetent moments in this film. They've established these girls. They dance, as you say, with the fireworks. About 3/4 of the way through the movie, the two girls meet up again at somebody's house, and then they say,
Good morning, Sophia.
Good morning. Nice to meet you.
Good morning.
They've spent the entire film together. And then proceed to do yoga immediately together after they've just met for the second time. The horrible stock footage with all the birds, the editing, and once again, I know we talked about this at length for N3 Dragon, but somebody's got a decent camera, has it set on the S-Log setting, just ineptitude to the highest degree. Perfect 10 for me.
I have to agree with a perfect 10. The interior of the private jet that they're on screams realism. And he's taking a photo through the window of the plane, and then you realize that the stock footage shows the plane is still on the tarmac. So what is he taking pictures of?
Well, and the chairs in the plane, lazy boy sofas, and then they show the plane outside. It's like, that chair's almost as tall as the freaking plane. What?
There are characters that show up for no discernible reason. Fight scenes, the editing in these action scenes is amazing because it's like one punch and then a cut, and then one punch and then a cut, so that you never really see a full fight sequence. The stock footage, cityscapes, all the cities across the world. I think we've covered. This story
Los
travels
Angeles.
the globe.
Yeah,
he's playing the driver, and yet the other guy seems to be driving him around, flying him around, going to his house, going to his gym. Who was the real boss man in this movie? That's what I want. Now we're moving on to one of our favorite categories, WTF, gentlemen.
Early on, JJ's wife, I was looking at her makeup. I'm like, is that silver? It's it was off. Did she just blow the Tin Man? What is this makeup selection? Almost like one of the boys in Mad Max Fury Road. When they do the silver thing. Yeah. It was like that. Just a little bit nicer. A little nicer. I think 9. I don't want to go too high. It was we've seen worse as far as WTF.
I'm going full 10 on this. I think there are so many things we've already mentioned that also bleed over into WTF. Why are people showing up here? What are they doing? What's going on? Who's talking to whom? Who's hitting whom? It's an absolute mess.
This is a 10 for me. JJ Stomp, he's having a midlife crisis that's just going on for an extremely long time. I think he'll probably go to his grave having a midlife crisis. He does. He all those AI images of online. It's very important for him to be seen with young, attractive women. I mean, he has this idea of himself in his head as this action hero. All that enough alone is a perfect WTF 10.
I'm gonna knock it down to a 9 for the WTF. Mainly because it's so cliche, and if you've seen any JJ Stomp films before, it's bad suits, weird business deals, fancy cars, questionable actresses that may have been in some line of work that they get paid for, and then bad fight scenes. So there's a lot of WTF going on, but honestly, kind of par for the course for JJ Stomp films. It seems like it was made in the early 2000s, but then that Grogu doll was in the background.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when did this come out?
This is 2022, the same year that N3 Dragon came out. But he did that one afterwards, yeah.
Okay, that's the WTF. I'm still giving it a 9.
Final category, overall fun. I'm going to give it a 9.5, only because I like N3 Dragon a little bit more than this. It's a little bit more fun and less creepy, but I really do enjoy the creepy aspect of this. It really tickles my fancy.
Even though I took a few naps during this film, I really had a lot of fun.
So okay. You're in a very late time zone. It's permitted.
I had a lot of fun watching this. I'm gonna give it a 10. It was that much fun.
I will also give it a 10. I found it just consistently delightful. Particular thing of mine is just crappy martial arts and crappy gunplay. This is the worst of it. It's so bad. It's just captivating.
CG bullets. The CG bullets are really, really sell the film. I'm gonna go down a little bit. I'm gonna give it a 9 for fun. Only because of the runtime. At an hour and 45?
42, yeah.
There was a moment about halfway through where we're all like, wow, we have 50 minutes left of this. So I've had more fun on different films, but this one's not a bad one. Well, it is a bad one, but it's a good one.
JJ Stomp is the king of boss fights in his movie, though. It just boss fight after boss fight after boss fight.
That weird, intro to the final bosses where they're all standing on those pedestals, bottom lit with flashlights that are stood up on end.
Early ground.
Jeez.
Son of Captain Leo, I think those years that you interned with Carrot Top are really shining through with your prop humor. It's too bad that he did those things to you. But moving on, Wing Saucer abandoning us messed up my spreadsheet, so I asked Oscar Papa to keep track for me. Oscar Papa, why don't you do us the honors and give us the final scores for this movie? You know the drill.
Oh, I'm honored. Okay, for performances, we have a 9.5. Incompetence gets a perfect 10. WTF, another 9.5. And overall fun, 9.75. For an overall score of 9.69. Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining us if you've made it this far. Once again, we do appreciate that. And tell Wings Louser how horribly wrong he is for abandoning us, breaking our hearts, breaking your hearts, abandoning his audience as well. Let him know in the comments. Really let him have it. Give him a super big guilt trip. Cause
Wings come home.
Yeah,
come home, Wings.
Wings come home. All right. Thanks for joining us again, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Saved message.
This is I was hoping to catch you, but I don't know, maybe this is better for voicemail. Anyway, I just wanted to say I really didn't appreciate you including that stuff in the last episode. I know that you just did it for the content or whatever, but, I specifically asked you not to put it in. It makes me sound like an idiot, and I feel disrespected, like I can't trust you. I didn't think it was funny. I think I need to take a break from the High Council. Or honestly, I think I'm just done. I don't know. I don't want it to be weird with us. I still want us to be friends. Yeah, just not the High Council anymore. Sorry, make up a story that I OD'd or something. I'm sure you'll figure it out. And please do not put this in the show either. Seriously, if I hear this on YouTube, I will fucking flip out. But anyways, just need to say that I'll talk to you later.
To replay this message, press 1.